Hello, are we back? Are we back? Can anyone see me or hear me? What do we think? Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, this keeps happening. Okay, people are rejoining. Sorry about the freeze. The last few times this happened, I froze momentarily and then was back, and it didn't happen again. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. If you're just joining us, we are group solving one of Arkadium's crossword puzzles. We've survived the first corner, but I definitely need your help in getting me through this. And we were looking at the first theme answer in the puzzle. And the clue is an eminent British portraitist, which I have no idea. Does anyone know any eminent British portraitists? I could definitely use help on this one. Otherwise, I'm going to need pretty much all the crosses. So if we don't know, we move on. That's the beautiful thing about crosswords is there's always another answer. Wilson who married Hanks. I think I know this one. I just want to make sure I can see YouTube chat. Is there a YouTube chat happening? Pulling that up, making sure. Okay. Okay. Oh, but we do have one answer on YouTube for this one. Great. Rita. I agree. Yeah, yeah. So Rita Wilson married Tom Hanks. Awesome. And someone wrote ball. What's that for? Which one's ball? Let me know what you're thinking for ball. 18 across, words often said while groggy. Not sure. And twin of Artemis. Ooh. Yeah, it's a tough puzzle. Difficult to move. Project's purposes. Maybe this is aims, like the aims of a project are the goals of it. That seems possible. Let's check the M. Words often said while groggy. It says words, which makes me think this might be a two-word answer, like I'm something. I'm tired. I'm up, maybe. Like you just woke up in the morning and you're groggy. That makes sense, right? So we got I'm up and then a decorative border. Maybe this is fringe, right? A fringe is a decorative border, and it works with all the crosses. So this is looking good. What was 8 down? Difficult to move. By the way, if anyone's joining and knows an eminent British portraitist, G.A. blank N.S., I would love your help. So this I was thinking before that it might be like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, but plural. So I think this might be fas, right? The fa is a note on the scale, and it's plural. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for 6 across. Stunned, difficult to move. Stunned, doesn't quite fit. Unless you were thinking for a different spot, or unless you're just saying you're stunned at how exciting this stream is, how cool this crossword puzzle is. Twin of Artemis. All right, getting a little stuck here, so let's try 9 across. Be bested. Maybe lose? Like if you're bested in a contest, then you lose. Oh, Gil gets Gainsborough. Wow. Spelled like this, copied right from YouTube chat. That would be super helpful if true, because that completely unlocks this section over here. Yeah, Uggs for Life says this is hard. I know, this is hard. That's why we got to work together. 31 across, a mock oh, stubborn. Ah, Bruno says stubborn. I love it. Yeah. Gainsborough helped with that. Unless, I mean, maybe you already had it, but yeah, difficult to move. I mean, that's a hard clue. Because that means sort of move emotionally. That's not really what you think of when you think of when you read the clue difficult to move. Could this be Apollo? Is Apollo Artemis's twin? It fits. We could check BL. Confession start. And what do we have for saxophonist purchase? That's probably a reed, right? Do saxophones use reeds? I know some instruments do. Let's try Apollo here and see. Like, there are no glaring issues in the crosses when I put these L's and O's in. Confession start. Still not entirely sure. Still not entirely sure. Spanish lakes. I know how to say lake in Spanish. Thank you, Spanish education. That, I'm pretty sure is Lagos. We can check the G just to be sure. Maheen writes confession start. Bless me. Interesting. So that's like a religious confession. Wow, I did not see that. Gil had it on YouTube as well. Mark of infamy. I was looking at this GM and thinking that's a very uncommon letter pileup in a word. So I was a little skeptical, but I think this might be stigma. You do not see a lot of GMs in words, but that feels like a lock. Let's see, small 6-footers. And then we got 19 across is fortitude. And what do we have here? Book before Job. Who knows their Bible? And we have a mock laugh syllable. Welcome, Jose. Welcome, everyone else. We're group solving a crossword. So let's try... I'm thinking small 6-footers might be ants, right? They're small bugs. They have 6 feet. And it's kind of misdirection in the clue because 6-footers, you think of foot, the unit of measure. And so small, but being 6 feet almost feels like a contradiction. It's a good clue. Hi, Uggs for life. I see you. Fortitude. Fortitude looks like it might be grit. Like if you have a lot of grit, you stick with something, you have a lot of mental fortitude. Does that seem plausible? And we need a lot of grit to get through these hard crosswords. So 10 down is spate. We have almost every letter in the grid. And this is looking like Esther, right? And I think spate has then got to be an onrush. Ooh, mock laugh syllable, har, like har, har, har. Not easy. But guys, we survived the first third, maybe, of the puzzle. Is that fair to say? And I still don't know what the theme is. We have one theme entry, Gainsborough, and somehow that's gonna unite in some wordplay fashion with these other long answers. But we don't know. That's part of the fun of themed puzzles, is you kind of get to discover this extra layer as you go. Esme knows small cream puff profiterole. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. And then another nice thing about these long entries is they give you a toehold in the new sections, right? Like now we get this P, exchange quips. We get this R in river near the Leaning Tower. Okay, so the Leaning Tower is Pisa. So we're in Italy. I think I know this river. Let me know if you do. And then Pantheon figures. Hello. We got a bunch of people joining. That's awesome to see. Help us solve this crossword puzzle. You can see the clues here in green and shout out your answers. Ending like less. Like dash less. Is that some kind of suffix? Oh, I didn't see this one. Oh, a trivial amount, iota. That should be helpful. Ooh, tenor Torer Bocelli. What was Bocelli's first name? Someone set me up. Wow, we got a ton of people joining. This is awesome. We're group solving a crossword puzzle. You can see the clues here. Let me know. Someone knows Andrea. Yeah, Esme, nice job. Andrea Bocelli. That should be super useful. So exchange quips, I'm thinking like spar. Normally you think of spar as actually exchanging blows, but I think you can verbally spar with someone, right? I think that's the idea here. And then the river near the Leaning Tower is the Arno. I got engaged near the Arno. Fond memories. Give a little, S.A. blank, and tango dancer's accessory. Interesting. I see robe fits, but do tango dancers wear robes? No, but that doesn't work with the cross. I think I know this one, though. So, pantheon figures are probably gods, right? And then give a little is sag. Wow, that's a hard clue. Because give a little, you think of like gifting someone something, or even budging in an argument, but sag means like to droop a little, give a little. Eeh, tough. We're in new territory here. Tango dancer's accessory. Ah, rose. It's a beautiful image. Yeah. So ending like less. What do we think? Luckily we get more, we have more letters here. Yeah, Uggs for Life, new rose. Sergey, new rose. Nice. It's a beautiful image, isn't it? Crumble away. And we got 30 down is amber, for instance. Oh boy. Because amber could be like, obviously there's the, what is amber a stone? Or not quite. Amber is a person's name, possibly. It's a color. There's so many meanings for amber, you know? Ooh, Andre writes erode for crumble away. Love it. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Good work. Seals service, blank blank N. And what do we have? 41 across. We have a quote with a blank in it. Blank knew that. There's 5 letters. Blank knew that. So what do you guys think? Seals service? Like I'm thinking Navy SEALs. But I don't know exactly what their service is going to be. So Gil writes, oh, do you mean resin? Yeah. Amber resin? The S and the D are right next to each other on the keyboard, so I'm going to think, and this does make sense. Nice work. I'm pretty sure amber is a resin, right? This SN looks weird, but seals is already, like this is some kind of military. Yeah, Gil says resin, sorry, nice. Nice job. Yeah, I was not seeing that at all. Sergey had resin as well. Good work, guys. Huh. So we're filling in this blank. We have this I here. USN. Oh, is that US Navy, Alexander? I always have trouble. I mean, I feel like the military has so many acronyms. I always have trouble with them. But that does make sense. It's Navy SEAL, US Navy. Makes sense. Good work. Irrationality. All right, maybe we should actually let's check this 42 down. Executive branch exec. So who's an exec in the executive branch? I'm not sure. I mean, executive branch, I'm thinking like the US government. But who's an exec in the, I mean, oh, maybe it's like Prez. Could that be? Like with an S or a Z here? What do you guys think? We could check the R with this long across answer. Resolution. Welcome if you're joining, and help us solve this crossword puzzle. We have this quote still. We could check the P on that. Blank knew that. Someone writes laws. Executive branch exec for laws. Maybe. My problem with laws is that it's plural, and the clue doesn't seem plural to me. It definitely And then the other thing is this exec makes me think that the answer is going to be an abbreviation. When you abbreviate a word in the clue, you tend to abbreviate it in the answer as well. So that's why I was thinking prez makes some sense, because that's kind of a casual way of saying president. Prez could definitely be wrong, though, so please correct me if you have other ideas. Maybe we should check this little section over here. Short answers are always less intimidating. Obi-Wan after Alec. Okay. So I think Alec Guinness played Obi-Wan Kenobi in the original Star Wars. So I'm guessing that this is in one of the remakes. I'm not super up on my Star Wars. Someone must know this. What's the first name of the person who played Obi-Wan Kenobi in like the new Star Wars? Someone's got to know Star Wars out there. We got a bigger chat than ever. And then 37 across, we're doing barbecue bistro offering. Interesting. Yeah, not sure about that. Sure. In quotes. So this is going to be some phrase equivalent to sure. Maybe like yeah or something like that. Andre writes Ewan. Oh, was it Ewan McGregor who played Obi-Wan Kenobi? Nice work, Andre. Yeah, this should be useful. Yeah, Ewan McGregor, confirmed. Thank you. So, let's see. Barbecue Bistro opening this W. He did Obi-Wan in the new trilogy. Cool. Novelist Allende. Who knows the novelist Allende? Got a lot of proper nouns in the grid today. Ewan McGregor. We got Gainsborough. We got Andrea Bocelli, and now we have Allende. Someone must be a fan. Place for polish. Oh boy, that is a tough clue. My first thought is like your nail. Obviously, nail doesn't fit, but I'm thinking you put nail polish on, right? And then 39 down is Monterey money. So which Monterey are we thinking of? There's a Monterey in California, but their money is no different. So this might be some kind of currency, like a euro or something. And besides that, what do we have here? Novel ID. Welcome if you're just joining. We got a bunch of people coming in. It's great to say. Isabel Allende. Nice job. Awesome. Isabel. And hopefully this will help with this naughty section over here. Sure. Maybe this is like I bet. Like, oh yeah, I bet what you're saying is true. Sure. Kind of with an eye roll. It's possible. Is place for polish coming into view at all? And then a barbecue bistro opening, WI blank blank. What are we thinking? We need some of these crosses. Who knows answers? You guys promised you'd help me out. Okay, so I can think of two plausible answers to this. One is wing, like you might get wings at a barbecue joint. Seems possible. Another one is, yeah, Sergey agrees. Okay, maybe I won't even share my other one. Oh, but Emery writes my other idea was wipe. Wow. So we got a disagreement. Yeah, I was thinking wipe, like you get a wet wipe at the end of your barbecue meal, right? Oh boy, so now we really need some crosses. Is this wipe or is this wing? Do weigh in. I will put whichever the chat thinks is more likely. But Alexander writes else for besides that. That's a tricky clue, but it makes sense. It's kind of like otherwise. So that E makes me think that the wipe is P, and Alexander on a tear says Monterey money is peso. Yeah, of course. That makes a lot of sense. And let's check this cross. Oh, place for polish was toe. Okay, so the idea was right. It was like a nail, but it wasn't your fingernail it was your toe. Oof. Tough clue. Good. We survived together. And we have an NESS in this long across slot here. Resolution. Good afternoon, Jamie. Or Jaime. Help us solve this crossword puzzle. Resolution. This is still tough to see. This is still tough to see. And it's part of the theme, which we haven't quite figured out yet. I'm thinking maybe once we get one more theme answer, we'll really mull it over and see if we can figure out what's going on. Novel ID. Okay. I feel like I've seen this before. There's like some kind of code or some way of classifying. Oh, ISBN, Mahin, nice job. Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Right? That's part of how you classify novels, how you sort them. It's like the little serial number on the spine of a book. Good. Sports page column header. Not sure. I mean, it could be like NBA, but that fits. Would that be a column header on a sports page? Maybe. Maybe. Let's check this S. Don't desert. Okay. Don't desert. That's making me think something like, stay. If you don't desert someone, you stay where you are. I don't know what would happen in the other letters. Maybe we can put a T here and see if it can help us with this long across answer. I really want to get 49 across. Resolution. So resolution could mean like a New Year's resolution, like something you vow to yourself to do. But I think it could also be like resolute, the noun form of resolute being a stubborn, firm person, Does anyone see this? I could really use the help. All right, if we can't see it, we'll move on to this other section. But Gil writes earnestness. Interesting. Earnestness. It definitely fits if we take out pres, which was just a guess of mine. Earnestness, resolution. Yeah, very possible. Very nice. Wow, tough. Okay. So now we have 3 theme answers in place. And and we should also always note the title. The title of the puzzle often gives an extra hint to what is thematically going on. So this puzzle is called Rewarding Starts. So there should be something in common among Gainsborough, profiterole, and earnestness that has something to do with the title of the puzzle. Let me know when you think you understand what the theme is here. So I'll give people a second to try to figure out the theme. So 42 down, executive branch exec. Prez was wrong. I still don't see it. I still don't see it at all. So I think I'm just about ready to enter a new section. This middle bottom section is given me hell. Part of a karate uniform. My first thought was belt, but obviously that doesn't fit. Not sure. Declined gradually. Welcome everyone who's joining. Shout out answers as you see them. The clues are up here in green. So far, chat has been immensely helpful in solving this puzzle. Declined gradually. Not entirely sure. Spots. Spots could be like C's, like if you spot something over there, you see it. Not 100% on that, but We'll see if it buys us anything. Oh, she-devil. No idea there. And car named for a crawler. I'm guessing crawler is like an insect, maybe? Right? Like a creepy crawly? Ah, maybe a beetle, right? Beetle is definitely a car. They spell it like this. And car named for a crawler? That seems possible to me. What do you think? I'm proud of that one with just the E. Tough clue. Maybe it's obvious to everybody else. I don't know. Part of a karate uniform. Definitely not obvious to me. Declined gradually. Gil likes Beetle. And Gil knew Gainsborough, so I trust you. Ending like ling. Okay. Ah, Gil also writes obi for the part of a karate uniform. Right. That's like a some kind of, it's like a sash. Or is that the name of the belt? Andre agrees. Okay, good. Working together in the chat. I love to see it. All right, we have deadlocked. I'm feeling like we can crack this corner. Deadlocked. And then what's 52? Punditry in print. I have a guess about what this could be. It could be like op-eds. Like punditry is people, pontificating about their views, and when it's in print, they're op-eds. Please correct me if you think I'm going mad. Does that help with declined gradually at all? Slid, perhaps? Yeah, this puzzle's no joke. We really ratcheted up the difficulty here. But we're doing it, right? We're doing it. Paganini by birth. Oh boy. I definitely need some help on this. What is she-devil? Who's Osiris in mythology? Is Osiris a woman? I associate Osiris with like evil doings in mythology, but I really don't know my mythology very well. So that could be totally wrong. All right. All right, so who has the theme? Who thinks they understand the theme idea? So rewarding starts is the title. And so starts tells me to look at the beginnings of the theme answers. And that they should all have something in common. We have Gainsborough, we have profiterole, and we have earnestness. Andre says Osiris is male. Darn. All right, let's go back here. Ending like less. I'm thinking maybe free. Like what's an example? Both mean like the absence of something. Right? Okay, 68 across. Simpson's neighbor. Ah. Who is Homer Simpson's neighbor? 3-letter name. Homer Simpson's neighbor. I'm guessing this is referring to like the show The Simpsons. University of Alaska campus. Interesting. I wonder if this will just be like a city in Alaska. Like Nome or something. Could be. Esme writes Ned. Yeah, good. Alexander also got it. Simpson's neighbor, Ned Flanders. Cleared off. Maybe that's erased? Could be. And then, but this RB looks weird. Sports page column header, huh? Could be like RBI. I don't read the sports page, unfortunately, but RBI in baseball is a thing, so maybe when they're listing like stats for baseball, they put RBI as one of the headers. Or maybe erased is totally wrong. Cleared off. Keep it as a possibility. All right, who's Coleridge and what did they create? What do we think? And then we have irrationality. This is looking like maybe unreason. Oof, tough word, tough entry. But I believe this is a word. It definitely fits the clue. Unreason. Yeah, this puzzle's tough. And by the way, not all themed crosswords are this hard. And speaking of theme, who thinks they understand the theme here? Someone type it out in chat. All right, this is 2 words, I think. But maybe unreason's wrong. I definitely need some help. Oh, we didn't even see this. So 55 across is vanishing act surprise. Vanishing act surprise. Okay, I have an idea about what this could be. So what's the surprise? When you're in a magic show and someone disappears, I guess that's already a surprise. But often they reappear. So let's try reappearance here. And just like that, we have 4 theme answers in place, but we still don't understand what the intended wordplay is. What do these theme answers have in common? Okay, if reappearance is correct, then Osiris was wrong. Deadlocked. This could be multiple words. Like, oh, maybe like, in a tie? Could be. Deadlocked is in a tie? What do we think? We can check the crosses. Declined gradually. And ending like ling. Oof. So ETTE is an ending. It's a suffix of many words. And it's kind of a diminutive suffix, like kitchenette. It means like a smaller kitchen. Does ling also, is that diminutive in a similar way? Someone give me an example of how ling could be diminutive. And then declined gradually. I said slid a long while back. Maybe it is right. Very tough clue. Gil writes reap. Okay. So we got reap in the beginning. So right, we're looking for rewarding starts. And Gil's noticing that reappearance starts with the word reap. And like to reap what you sow, to reap the benefits, is kind of like getting your rewards, right? And he writes gain, profit, earn. Nice job. Yeah, you cracked the theme. So Gainsborough starts with gain, profiterole starts with profit, earnestness starts with earn, and reappearance starts with reap. So we've got all entries beginning with words that mean like some kind of reward, or earning your reward, obtaining your reward. That's pretty cool. And something I like is, this isn't, profit is really well hidden in profiterole, right? It's not like the answer is profit motive. And so, it wasn't obvious that this was kind of this same with, reap. Reap is not part of this phrase. It's just kind of hidden in there. Very nice. Very nice. All right, she-devil. Ooh, maybe an ogress. Oh my god, what an entry. Like an ogre, but the female form, kind of like Fiona in Shrek. Is an ogress. All right, now we're closing in here. We've cracked the theme. Paganini by birth. Oh, maybe like, So it's an Italian-sounding name, and Genovese. What do we think? What do we think? Enter with care. And what do we have down here? Worshipped Egyptian weaver. Hello, if you're just joining. Type answers into chat as you see them. The clues are up here. And we're group solving one of Arkadium's crossword puzzles. Worshipped Egyptian weaver. And what's 65? University of Alaska campus. I was thinking Nome before, because Nome is a city in Alaska. Seems very plausible that there's a university there, right? Cleared off does kind of look like erased. I had it in before. I don't remember why I erased it. Funnily enough, erased. So we have, I'm assuming this is a god, an Egyptian god. Does anyone know an Egyptian god, blank S, blank S? And they weave. I'll give people a sec to think about that. And I really want to finish this section before moving on to the final corner. Has this come into view for anybody? I knew that. Easy, I knew that. What is it? And enter with care. So I'm thinking that enter with care, when you enter something, you go into it. So this might be a two-word phrase, like something in, tiptoed in. Enter with care. I'm not exactly sure, but this I looks like it might be Isis, I think is an Egyptian god. But I'm not sure about this RIME entry. If someone can explain that to me, I would love to know what you're thinking here. We could have an error in the grid. Or maybe this has some deep meaning that I'm just missing out. All right, I'm going to go to the last section, but I leave you with these clues. Please mull them over and let me know. Paganini by birth. How do you say, like, genuine, Genovese? It's going to be something like that. Blank knew that. And it's a quote. So this is going to be, why am I blind to this? And then we have 42 down is an executive branch exec. So some kind of executive in the executive branch. I'm assuming the U.S. government. And 43 down is enter with care. So mull those over while we move on to the final corner of this grid. Don't desert. Maybe like stick around, something like that. Oh, Genoese, Sergey, helping me out. Love it. Yeah, okay. Is that how you spell it? I really wasn't sure. And finally, I think this makes sense now. I think this is a VP, like a vice president. And we were looking, I had prez in because we were looking for kind of a slangy, informal term because of exec is sort of a hint at that in the clue. I don't know why, I just couldn't see Veep at all. Genoese really helped me out. Nice work, Sergey. And hopefully we can get this last. Even I knew that. Even Sergey knew that. Good work. And then checking the crosses, always good hygiene, I think, when solving a crossword. Enter with care, ease in. It fits. It makes sense. The world is right again. Thank you for helping me out. MVP of the puzzle. All right. So we're just in this last section here. Almost there. We have half a score. What does that mean? Have a s'more. Interesting. This could be something simple like eat. I mean, you have any food, you're eating, right? And then calypso derivative. Who knows what calypso is? What is this referring to? Let's solve this last section together. Welcome everybody joining. Help us solve this last section of this crossword together. Toys brought to the beach. We got bit of luck. And we got a meddlesome person. So we have our share of clues going on here. Let's put eat in. If someone has a better idea for what have a s'more could mean, then do let me know. But I think if you have a s'more, you're eating. Someone must know what calypso is. Let's ignore derivative. Just like what does calypso mean? What is it referring to? Did we check this E here? James Joyce's homeland. So it's of course Ireland, but I think this might be like how the Irish refer to Ireland. So let me know if you think you know that. Toys brought to the beach. Okay, so remember the tense of the clue always matches the tense of the answer, or not, this isn't tense, sorry, whether the clue is plural or singular. So toys tells me that this is probably a plural and might be an S, which could help with 63 down. I'll give you a hint. Calypso is a music genre. And so what's a three-letter music genre starting with an S? Sergei writes Calypso was a ship. So I didn't know that, and that could be a total other direction for this clue. But I know Calypso as a music genre. Let's try this. Bit of luck. Andre says Eire, E-I-R-E, is the Irish name for the island, if I'm not mistaken. Awesome. Thank you. We needed some help. We're almost there, guys. Toys brought to the beach. Let's see if this I helps. A bit of luck. And a meddlesome person. What do you guys think? So I think the music genre. Toys. Alexander writes kites. Ooh, very interesting. Very interesting. I like it. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I was thinking like pails. You bring pails to the beach. But kites, yeah, flying kites all over the beach. I love it. And the crosses look good because the CK, right? This is a common letter formation. Don't desert. I was wanting to put an I in here ages ago because I thought RBI might be the column header on a sports page. So maybe this is like stick by. Seems reasonable. If you don't desert someone, you stick by them. I think this K unlocked this. Nice job, Alexander. C for Calypso derivative. I mean, she is the sea goddess. So wow, so Calypso apparently has a ton of meanings. I knew it as a music genre, but apparently Calypso is a sea goddess and a ship. So, does anyone listen to ska music? That's what I think they're getting at here. I think Calypso is a type of music and ska derived from Calypso music. Someone back me up. I hope I'm not losing it. Okay. Two more entries. Two more letters. Bit of luck. You get a lucky what? What do we think, guys? Any ideas? And then half a score. What does that mean? Got a lot of people in chat. Someone must know. Someone must know. Bit of luck. You know, when you only have one letter left in a word, you can almost kind of run the alphabet in your head. Sometimes, like, I do that all the time. And, like, this is unlikely to be a consonant, right? Like, if we put a W here, this word is not going to make any sense. BR kind of has to be followed by a vowel. So when we run it in our heads, there's really, like, not that many choices. That's not a word. A. That's not a word with an I. Yeah, nice job, Esme. So break. It's like one of the only words that actually fits the clue and that it fits in the entry. Alexander had it as well. Nice work. Yeah, and then a bit of luck. I'm thinking like your lucky break. When you get a bit of luck, it's sort of the breakthrough you needed. Awesome. Ah. Ooh, this is a brutal clue. Brutal clue to end on. Oh my god. Half a score. Yeah, I see Sergey writes tie, which makes sense, but it doesn't quite fit with this E anymore. Wow. We're ending on a toughie here. So score, we're all thinking like score in a game, score in sports, but it's a different sense of the word score. I'll give you a hint. Anyone know the quote, 7 years ago? Yeah, nice, Sergey, nailed it. It's 10. I think it's 10. I'm not going to put it in yet because that'll confirm or deny. A score means 20. It's kind of like a dozen means 12. A score means 20. So when Abe Lincoln said 7 years ago, that 4 was referring to 80. 7 was 87 years ago. So half a score is 10. Brutal clue. But Sergey nailed it. All right, so I'm going to put this N in. If we get confetti, then everything's right. Otherwise, we're going to get an error message. Moment of truth. Drum roll. Yeah, nice work. Nice work, guys. That was a tough puzzle, much harder than the previous ones. And very, very pleasant theme here. So rewarding starts. We had Gainsborough that starts with gain. We had profiterole that starts with profit. Earnestness starts with earn. And reappearance starts with reap. So these are all starts about like getting your reward. And we got the reward of confetti, a great puzzle, good fun with you all. Nice job. These are a lot more fun to solve as a group, so thanks a lot for your help. That was a harder puzzle, and I think on stream we're going to experiment with harder puzzles, easier puzzles, themed, not themed. So thanks for sticking with me while we solved this. And come back tomorrow. I'm here every day solving puzzles, 10 a.m. Eastern time on YouTube and TikTok. So join me again and check out Arkadium. They have a ton of other types of crosswords and lots of games, more games than you could play in a lifetime. So do check them out. Thanks, everybody. I'm signing off.